there's a quiet revolution happening, one that rarely makes the headlines. More and more men over the age of 60 are choosing to live alone, not because they have to, but because they want to. And despite society's fear-mongering about loneliness and aging, many of these men are not just surviving, they're thriving. Today, we're diving into the deeply personal, yet widely relatable, benefits older men experience when they live alone. From emotional freedom to rediscovering purpose, to building a life that finally feels like theirs. If you're a man over 60 or know someone who is, this video may just shift the way you think about aging and living solo. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Myth of the Lonely Old Ma. For decades, the image of the lonely old man has been baked into popular culture. Movies, books, even medical studies have painted a grim picture. The widower who eats meals alone, the retiree staring blankly at the TV, the man who's forgotten by his children and left behind by society. But here's the truth no one talks about. Many men over 60 choose solitude, not because they've been abandoned, but because they've discovered a new kind of peace. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, nearly 30% of men over 65 now live alone, and a growing number report higher levels of life satisfaction, lower stress, and more freedom than they experienced while living with others. Why? Let's find out. Chapter 2. Emotional Freedom and the Right to Just Be. Living alone allows something precious: the right to feel what you feel without apology. Older men often spend a lifetime hiding emotions. They're taught to be strong, stoic, providers, fixers. But when you live alone, you can finally drop the mask. You can grieve without judgment. You can laugh at your favorite shows, cry over a memory, or sit in silence just because. There's no pressure to explain or suppress your emotions. You get to exist without performance. And for many men, that's the first time they've ever truly felt free. Chapter 3. Autonomy over daily life. Imagine waking up and having complete control over your day. You decide when to eat, what to watch, how to spend your hours. There's no need to compromise, to coordinate, to negotiate around someone else's preferences. This is one of the most underrated joys of living alone. You want to listen to jazz at 6 a.m., do it. You want to skip dinner and snack on cheese and crackers at midnight, go ahead. You want to take an afternoon nap in the sun without being disturbed. That's your right. For many older men, living alone is the first time they experience true autonomy since their youth, and it's incredibly empowering. Chapter 4. Reclaiming the Home Environment. When you live with others, especially in a long marriage, your home becomes a shared space. That's beautiful, but also limiting. Living alone allows you to transform your home into a reflection of your identity. You can decorate it exactly how you like. You can create spaces for hobbies, music, reading, woodworking, or even a meditation corner. No need to argue about color schemes or where the recliner goes. For many older men, their home becomes a sanctuary, a safe, personalized environment where they feel completely at ease. And there's something incredibly healing about having a space that feels like you. Chapter 5. Rediscovery of Self and Forgotten Passions. Many men lose pieces of themselves in the process of life. Careers, marriages, raising children, caregiving. But when the noise quiets, when the house is still, somewhere between the silence and solitude, a voice returns. Your own. Living alone often sparks a rediscovery of passions long buried. Maybe it's painting, building model airplanes, restoring vintage radios, playing the guitar, or writing that novel you shelved back in '78. Suddenly, there's time and space to create. Solitude becomes the soil in which creativity grows again, and many older men report feeling more alive and purposeful than they have in decades. Chapter 6. Financial Clarity and Control. Let's talk about money. One overlooked benefit of living alone is financial clarity. You know exactly where your money's going. There's no hidden spending, no debates over unnecessary expenses. You can live simply or splurge on what brings you joy. You might downsize to a smaller place, cancel cable, or cook more at home. Or you might finally take that trip you've been postponing for years. Living alone often allows older men to stretch their retirement income further, while enjoying greater control over their lifestyle. It's not about being rich. It's about making every dollar work for your peace and happiness. Chapter 7. Strengthen friendships and chosen family. You'd think living alone means less social connection, but often the opposite happens. Older men who live alone tend to value relationships more deeply. They make time for real friends, weekly lunches, meaningful phone calls, and shared hobbies. They're not drained by cohabitation drama or passive companionship, so they invest in connections that truly matter. Some even build a chosen family, neighbors, barbers, golfing buddies, or online communities who become as close as brothers. Living alone doesn't mean isolation. It means you get to choose who gets your time, your energy, your presence, and that choice can lead to deeper, more fulfilling relationships than ever before. Chapter 8. Mental clarity and inner peace. In a noisy world, silence becomes a luxury. Living alone offers mental clarity that's hard to find in a crowded household. You think better. You feel calmer. You begin to notice nature, music, the sound of rain, the smell of fresh coffee. Stress fades. You become more aware of what makes you happy and what doesn't. For many older men, living alone brings a meditative peace that nourishes both mind and spirit. And that kind of peace, you can't put a price on it. Chapter 9. Preparedness, Safety, and Modern Solutions. Now let's be real. Living alone does require planning and awareness. You need systems in place. Emergency contacts, medical alert devices, routine check-ins with loved ones. Fortunately, technology makes this easier than ever. From smartwatches with fall detection to telehealth, to voice assistants that can call for help. Older men living alone today are safer, more connected, and more capable than ever before. You're not just surviving, you're thriving with intention. Chapter 10. Aging on your own terms. At the end of the day, living alone after 60 isn't about isolation. It's about living life on your own terms. It's about waking up without pressure. It's about reclaiming the parts of yourself that got lost along the way. It's about living slower, deeper, and more deliberately. So, if you're an older man who's found himself living solo, take a deep breath. You're not alone in this journey. You're part of a growing community of men discovering strength in solitude. And that, perhaps, is the greatest surprise of all. If this video resonated with you or reminded you of someone, please like, share, and subscribe to Elder Wisdom 7 Meters, where we honor the journey of aging with dignity, courage, and truth. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and stay true to yourself.